What's up YouTube, Gent here. I'm gonna do a video on something I'm pretty stoked about. I just bought this this last week, probably one of the first few people to own one of these. It's this guy right here. This is a LED light bar for saltwater aquarium. As you can see, there's not many videos on my channel and none involving what I got back here. My reefing hobby, my reefing passion, things like that. But I'm gonna do a video for this light bar by Quantareef. Mahina Corals is their Instagram. A guy named Luca put this out. I'm pretty stoked on it. I'm not affiliated with Luca. I don't know Luca other than about 2-3 weeks ago, I came across an article, a thread on how to dose more calc than you can evaporate, making a calc slurry. Ended up on his Instagram, which is Mahina Corals. Again, I'll put all this in a link in the description for his website, which is quantareef.com, and his Instagram. So I'm not affiliated with him. I don't know him from anybody, but to be honest, I saw his light bar that he was putting out. I saw the data he was showing. I probably shouldn't have been so trusting, but I ended up trusting him, buying 4 lights of the OG Pop 4-foot fixtures, 4 4-foot fixtures of the Mezzo Blue, and to be honest, I'm pretty impressed by this thing. You can stop this video right now and just know that this bar right here, I've got a reefbrite, a lumen bar, and the Quantareef. It destroys both those. I don't have an Orfec. I've never used an Orfec, whatever you might call those lights. I've never used their bars. I use some cheap Chinese knockoffs. But this light right here, hands down, beats them in every aspect. You could go right off just the pricing of a reefbrite. I think it's $285, $295 for a 4-foot 4-foot bar. This one was $185. So if you bought this light, you're gonna pay 50% more for the reefbrite. And this Quanta Pro is putting out twice the par. Like I said, he's saying 50% more on his website. I don't know where he's getting this from. Maybe it's from an Orfec or something else. He doesn't say which light bar he was using, but I'm getting pretty much twice as much par in all these areas. I did some tests. That's the Mezzo Blue up there. I ran some tests on, this is an 8-foot tank, 8 foot, 3 feet front to back, 30 inches tall. I'll show that data here later in the video, kind of go over par measurements within that tank. And then also within a surface on my floor. And then I'll try to get some video on these tanks back here. These are all running reefbrite XHOs, along with the main light is AP9Xs with some XR30s back here, and then a couple T5s. I've used every light under the sun. I've used the sun, and to be honest, I love this bar. As far as supplemental, it's gonna be my go-to bar for the amount of par that it puts out on all my SPS tanks. The pop is just as good as the XHO. It's right in that 450 range, a little above, a little below, peaking at around 450. But everything about it is better. I'm gonna get into that in just a second. Like I said, I'm not paid, I'm not affiliated, but I'm gonna go over why I recommend this, other than, of course, I just told you the price is it's 50% more for an XHO and you're getting twice the par. The build quality, this thing's robust. It is better than the reefbrite. I don't know about warranties. I don't know how Luca's going to volley and handle warranty issues or any problems with shipping or things like that. I don't know customer service. He was very easy to talk with online. Shooting some emails, he responded back within a few hours. It's gonna be, you're gonna have a lot of people hitting you up for this light, Luca. If you see this video, I don't know who you have handling it all, because eventually something goes out. An LED is gonna go out, a driver is gonna go out. The warranty on this thing is 1 year, driver, I think 2 years LEDs, but pretty much 1 year for the whole setup. Same thing with the reefbrites. You kind of go over the website. It's a little vague in terms, but what it sounds like, same thing, a year on both. I've never had to use customer service for this or the lumen bars, or I've never really ran this long enough to know if I need it. So I might not ever need it. I've had these XHOs for 2 years, never needed to call customer service. Certain companies are great with customer service. Certain companies suck, but I'm gonna pay money. I'm gonna pay good money for something that is better, better quality, better build, more efficient, whatever it might be. If it ends up being something better, I'm willing to pay the price. But if it's the same and cheaper, I'm gonna go that route. This aquarium isn't cheap. This hobby isn't cheap. You guys know that. And I mean, I'll show you right here. You can go off of, I mean, I've got a lot of equipment. I mean, XHO bars, those are the Quantareefs that just came in. I got an MP60 right here, still in the box. I'm not using that thing. A core, gyres, radions, AP9X Kessels. My go-to pump for my tank is the J-Bow, the MP20. To be honest, I use it because it works. It's efficient. It's $80 to $100. That MP60 is sitting there because it's $500, and I've had issues with them. They make a humming sound. Don't get me wrong. They put out a ton of flow. They have crazy amounts of control, but you get a Hydros controller and one of those J-Bows, it does the exact same thing. I've got one that's been running 2 years. I haven't had to clean it, no issues. I've had issues with the gyres. I've had lots of issues with the MP40s, the MP60s. Again, their customer service is great. They've taken care of me. The J-Bows, I don't know. I'm gonna say they're not gonna take care of me. I got it off Amazon. I don't even know what website I got it from. I'm sure they're not gonna handle any of that. But to be honest, $500 pump versus $100 pump, that $100 pump's still running. The $500 pump broke. Yeah, they fixed it. Might have sent me parts. Might have been under warranty. Great customer service, but I'm not willing to pay that. I was out of service with the pump until they got it fixed. So who knows, sorry with that rant, who knows about this light bar. I'm gonna do a quick look, so let me pause here for a second and show you what this light bar is all about. So right off the bat, I have a 4-foot Quantareef Pro, 5-foot lumen bar, and a 6-foot reefbrite. The ones behind me are all 4 feet. I don't want to pull any off the tank. I've got a bunch of unopened ones that are 3 feet. But right off the bat, you grab this thing, it's solid. It's a big piece of aluminum. It is heavier than the lumen bar, and it's heavier than this 6-foot reefbrite. Like, it's stout. It could almost be a bad thing because hanging it, it's gonna need to hold on to something solid. But it's hard to say something's bad when it's built strong and built solid, and the construction quality is great. Comes with these hanging brackets. Comes with these mounting brackets. These are the LED drivers. I'll get to those in a second. It's got a powder coat finish. The rails on it. These guys can fit in the rails, slide up and down, move where you need to. Again, the build quality is great. It feels like glass. This one is definitely plexiglass. This is flimsy plexiglass, kind of moves around. This is solid, it feels like glass. This is glass too. This is a brand new bar actually. I never used it. I have used these. I ended up using the reefbrite instead, but I had one of these with a UV, whatever their lumen bar UV one that had UV in it. I used that. This is how it came. The finish is not great. It's not solid. The finish in this, it's impeccable. It has this kind of powder coated aluminum, it's sparkly the sparkles don't come off. I've tried, but it's a solid finish. Everything about it. The wire cable is thick. It's kind of just as thick as the lumen bar, but the reefbrite, look at that wire. It's flimsy little wire coming out of there. This is solid, robust bar, wire coming out of the bar. Again, lots of aluminum used in this thing. This thing is solid, heavy duty, and again, heavier than the 6-foot one. The LED drivers, the ballast, LED drivers, whatever you want to call them. The lumen bar is a little bit smaller. I don't know the wattage. I don't know what they're running out of, to be honest. I like it's got these tabs. You can drill those in and hold it in place. There's these little plastic flimsy ones on this one. Whatever. This is a giant ballast. It's for the 6-foot. The 4-foot is a little bit smaller width and length, but still bigger than these. There's no way to hold on to them. I have everything zip tied for the reefbrites up there. Don't get me wrong, I love the reefbrites. I've been running the reefbrites, but just little things that you don't notice until you notice it. And having these little tabs, easy to screw in anywhere. As you can see, my tanks, I have these wooden boxes kind of hanging, so it's easy to screw on top, hold it in place. But yeah, as far as the LEDs themselves, to be honest, most LEDs all come from the same places in China, whether it's a name brand or not. There are places that manufacture it, and there is a place across the street that manufactures the exact same thing at a discount. I do not know what LEDs or brands he uses here, as do I not know what the brand is for the reefbrite or the lumen bar. All I know is that these are these little LED diodes. It looks like there's 2 in there. I'm not sure how he's going to do the other colors. The mezzo blue kind of is offset with a little bit of UV, a little bit of cayenne every 3rd, 4th one. This OG pop, which this is, just has 2, so it's probably the same, 2 of the same one. These ones, it looks like there's 3, 1, 2, 3. The reflector itself is an aluminum on the reefbrite. Again, I don't know if you can see the way that it sits. Some are offset, so sometimes it might not even be reflecting at a great way. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, one on the top, one on either side, and there's reflectors for all of it. And I don't know what is using more wattage or what, but this is putting out way more par. So if it's the same amount of wattage, then those triple LEDs are very ineffective. The reflector's ineffective. These reflectors kick ass. Again, I'm getting double the par at the bottom of a 30-inch tank. I'm getting 100 in the center with one of these 4-foot bowls across a 4-foot span. 32 inches over the tank. So 100 par in the center, 40 in the corners, 80 in the sides, front, or left and right sides. These reflectors look great. Lumen bar, they kind of have these diffused reflector caps. I don't really like those. But yes, the build quality with these guys is exceptional. It feels amazing, it looks amazing, and for the price, you cannot beat it. So I'm gonna get into some of the testing here. I'll put these bars up over my tank. You can take a look at it and see what I'm getting, but you'll be very impressed. All right, this is the test. It is on an empty tank, so take this into account. There is no water. It doesn't have to go through water. It is in a glass tank, so depending on where light reflects off the front of glass, where it reflects off water, numbers vary, but for this, all intents and purposes, you can see the numbers I'm getting from this. This is the Quantareef right there, 4-foot fixture, dead center. It's on a 4-foot span across an 8-foot tank. It's 30 inches top to bottom, 36 front to back. Let's turn this thing on. Dead center. underneath the bar, I'm getting 120, 125, yeah, 125. So I did this a day or so ago with the Mezzo Blue, which had some UV in it. This is the OG Pop. I'm actually getting 15 more than before. So I was hyping this thing up, and now I'm realizing I'm gonna hype it up even more because it's getting more than what I thought. So 124 dead center, halfway up the tank, 250, 260, 8 inches under the tank, 6 to 8 inches. I'm getting anywhere between 500 and 700. Sometimes it's boosting higher than that. That's 6 inches under. It's crazy. Let's go to the bottom left here. I'm sitting at 81. The back corner, 45. Center to the back, 58. The corner, 45. So 45's in the corner, 50 center. Again, 125 dead center at the bottom of 30 inches. The front, I'm getting 56. Halfway up along the front, I'm getting 40. So on a 36 wide tank. So that's barely even underneath it, and I'm still getting 40 up there. I take it kind of midline. You're not going to keep any corals that close to the glass anyways. Midline, halfway, I'm at 125. So that's, if you can see it, it's halfway up the tank and halfway between the halfway mark and the front of it. This thing's putting out a shiz ton of light. It's crazy. So this is the 6-foot reefbrite. I'm just blocking the extra light with this 2x4, so it's not getting through. So pretty much running the same distance, if not a touch bit more of light right there. Dead center, like I said, I was getting 125 on the Quantareef Pro. I'm getting 45 dead center at the bottom of this tank with the reefbrite. 42 to the left, all the way to the right. 35. Center to the rear of a 36-inch tank, 27. Center to the front of a 30-inch tank, 25. To the corner, very front corner, 24. So, okay, the spread is a little bit better with the reefbrite, but does that really matter? Because the par is double plus in some areas and double pretty much consistently throughout. So that doesn't really count unless you're trying to light. So I was gonna do, in summary, I was gonna do some more testing. I decided not to. Literally, what's the point? You guys can see already, this light kicks ass. The par that it's producing, the amount of it in that 450 range is ridiculous. It's doing more than double what the reefbrite XHO is doing, and it's doing it at $100 off. So it's a little less than $200 light. The reefbrite's a little less than $300 lights. So you're looking to pay 50% more for a light that produces half as much par. It makes 0 sense. Don't get me wrong, I love the reefbrites. I'm just not willing to pay that reef tax. The only thing I have in question is Luca and his commitment to customer support. Things are gonna break, stuff's gonna happen. I trust he will do the right thing. No business is going to last if he doesn't. If customer support sucks, if a product sucks, it won't last. But as of now, the build, it feels like it's gonna last. And the amount of par and the light that produces for the price is ridiculous. I hope you guys like this video. I will do another video when I get some up on this tank. I'm gonna have a couple different ones on the show tank as well. These are the ones I'm changing out the reefbrites and putting some of these Quantareef lights on there. I'm a little worried about the Quantareef actually because it's putting out so much more par. I'm gonna have to adjust everything and actually probably put them on, if I can, put them on some sort of intensity control to bring it down, because I don't think I can run full on there even with my SPS tank. But yeah, one of those bars could light up a zoanthid tank, an LPS tank. Two of those bars can light up pretty much any tank with anything you want. Full SPS dominated 3 bars, maybe 4. I mean, if you're looking at a 120 and you want SPS in that thing, a 4-foot span, geez, 2 bars, 3 bars, you're looking at $600 instead of 2 $800 units, so $600 instead of $1,600. That's tough to beat. Anyways, hope you guys liked it. Any questions, I'll try to volley them off in the comment section. Go follow Luca, Mahina Corals. He is always pushing the reefing hobby. He's doing a lot of things other than the lights. So check him out. Like I said, I just found him 2 weeks ago. He's a pretty cool guy. He's doing some cool stuff. Like and follow him on Instagram. I don't know if he's got a YouTube. Obviously, I don't even really have a YouTube, but I'm just putting this out there so you guys can see this. All right, peace out.